Today's podcast is brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Accidents happen. Without the right coverage from the right insurance company, damage to your automobile can be a real financial hit. That's why Kentuckians appreciate the competitive rates and personal service they get from Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. When the unexpected happens, count on us to help you get back on the road. To request a free quote, find your local KFB insurance agent at mykfbagent.com. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
It's going well. We have a cool event coming up.
Yeah, pew pew.
Pew pew.
We're going to do Clays for a Cause.
Clays for a Cause. This is a pretty cool event. Pretty cool. It's been around a handful of years now, and it's raised over millions of dollars. It's done really good work for the community. It's a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's one of those things, like everyone does a golf scramble. We do one, and it's awesome.
Yeah, the golf classic.
It's classic. Ours is a classic one. Those are fun. I really like a sporting clay shoot too, though. Yeah, it's just different, and it's like a whole different clientele of people. Yeah, and I just think it's fun. Like, it's a whole different group of county members that are there, or just community members that are at the clay shoot, because we get to work it, obviously. And they don't want me to shoot in it. Actually, false. Let's tell some stories. Have you ever shot clay pigeons?
I have not shot clay pigeons. Now, something cool that people don't know, like, we do get a volunteer day. So people that are working the event actually get to go back, which is really neat. Farm Bureau, there's really no reason to do that, and that's very cool that they let us do that. And I think the 2 or 3 times that I've been on the volunteer list, we had a shoot, or like a video shoot.
You was going to say, clarify.
Not a shoot. We had something else, and we just couldn't do it.
So you've never gone back and
So I've never, I need to do it one day.
So, like, this is a little city rural thing. Like this, like we did this. Like we have a for anyone that doesn't know what a clay pigeon is. Yeah. It is just a disc made of clay. It comes out of a little thrower, or you can have a hand thrower. And I'm making motions because you guys can see me, of course. And you can have a hand thrower. We get really into it out in redneck land, out in the communities, and we'll stick a golf handle, like a golf club handle, on the bottom of that hand thrower, and you can just sling that sucker for the other person. And then when you get tired of throwing it, you switch and you get to shoot the gun. This is like a thing we do when we're bored. Like we all are like, you know what we should do? It's like shoot clays, like Friday evening after we're done. That's not a thing you guys did?
Yeah, you can't in the city of Louisville just pull your shotgun out and blow things away in your backyard.
So weird. That's not allowed. That's odd. But you did hunt.
Yeah. Dad was a hunter. So it's not took all the boys.
It's not like the gun goes off and you like crawl in a hole.
It doesn't bother me. I've shot guns. I would actually totally do it. It just wasn't a thing. Yeah. And it is. You kind of see that, and it's very much like people are very comfortable, and it's very cool. Like, people are into it. They have like gear for it. You know, like when we go to golf scramble, they got their bag. It's just no different. So it's really neat. But no, I have never shot a clay, and I need to take advantage of one of those volunteer days after. It's like a week or two afterwards usually. And my 2 guys are always like, really, there's always some kind of shoot or something else that we're doing.
Fun killer.
And I just ruin everything. So
yeah. So here's my clay pigeon story. So I have done this randomly throughout of my life, as I said. But me and my husband are dating, I guess. I think we were in college. I don't remember. Anyway, we're at his family's farm. Somebody got a new clay thrower, like an automatic one. Fancy. So somebody's hitting the button, and they're like, Renee, do you want to shoot? And I'm like, sure. And then a couple of the guys, the cousins, are like, good luck, Renee, you need help. Typical. So I'm shooting, and I cannot hit. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like, I'm normally good. And they're like, this clay thrower is very steady, just the same spot every time. So
you should hit it eventually.
After a while, you should probably figure out how to hit it. I'm leading, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I finally start hitting them, and then I'm nailing them. And they're like, oh, man, took her a minute, but she got her groove. We finished shooting. We're putting the guns up. My husband realizes the turkey choke was still on the gun. For anyone that doesn't know what a turkey choke is, it takes your pattern of your shotgun from really wide to really narrow. Tight, So guess who had to shoot pretty dang accurate to get good? So when I make the joke and say you don't want me shooting clay pigeons, joke's on you, actually. Maybe I'm really good.
Sharpshooter.
Maybe I'm a sharpshooter.
You're a sharpshooter.
Call me rifle teams.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be any good. I've got, I'll shoot all right. I've got pretty good aim. But I'd probably totally be terrible at first. There's There's a little bit of.
I need to do it when it's volunteer day, when it's all other people that have not done it in a while. When the teams come and they're like, we haven't done one of these in about 3 weeks. I'm like, this gay's going to ace this whole play. Boom. Like, they're knocking them out beautiful. And I'm like, I don't want to shoot against him.
But yeah, this is a really cool event. I say super cool all the time. It is a super cool event.
It is. I mean, because we do super cool things here a lot.
Yeah, yes, it's a neat event. It raises money, and that's really what this podcast is about. We have one of our we fight home insecurity and food insecurity.
Yep.
And one of our food insecurity groups, Glean Kentucky, their executive director is here today, Jennifer, and we're going to talk to her about what is Glean, what is it about, and kind of figure out where are some connections there that really, why are we picking them as one of our organizations? It's pretty obvious, food, we're a food organization in a way, or an agriculture organization, and trying to feeding the world, and this is one way to do it. And so I think folks will really like this. They're a neat organization. They're celebrating their 16th year, so they're youngish, I would say.
They're having a sweet 16.
They're having a sweet 16 birthday party this year. But I think people are really going to like her. She's got a lot of passion for this. She has some connections in UK extension, those kinds of things, and so I think folks are going to like us a lot.
Yeah, she is right at home with us, so we will get you to Jennifer. Without further ado, I'm Renee Carrico.
And I'm Matt Hilton.
Let's get rural.
Yeah, I think that's European handbag.
There it is.
Yeah. My brother had a European carry-all is what he called it.
Whatever,
it was a purse.
Whatever makes you feel better as a man.
It was fine. It was cool.
Did you get one?
I don't like, I thought I'd be a backpack guy. I don't like.
Not a backpack guy?
I don't want all that. I don't want to carry nothing. I probably like a wallet, much less all that. I don't know how y'all do purses and bags and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we talk about. This is it.
Bags are helpful.
Yeah, you kind of need
carry
them.
more produce.
There it is.
And seeds and.
So where are you guys from? Where's your organization from?
So they were founded in Lexington. Our main office is there.
Cool.
Then we've been in Jefferson County for like 5 years now. We're just going into.
Yeah, and you guys are, we learned this in the hallway.
Yes.
You're celebrating an anniversary.
March 20th was our 16th.
16th year.
Birthday, yeah. We're founded
we
in
did
2010.
that on purpose. That's why we brought you.
I know. So we're celebrating
We're
our
really
sweet 16.
organized like that. We totally did that on purpose.
Sweet 16. Oh my gosh, such a party we could have for you guys.
I know. We're getting ready to have our birthday party.
Get your driver's license. It's going to be great.
In April. It's April 11th.
Very cool. Very
Fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, so we have beat around the bush. Tell us who you are and what organization you're with.
So I know that's a great way to start. So I'm Jennifer Palmer. I'm the executive director of Glean Kentucky.
Okay. And glean, what do we mean? What do we mean by the glean?
So gleaning traditionally would be going out, say, in the field if they have excess produce, picking, harvesting the produce, and then we give it to those in need. So we rescue and redistribute fresh foods. So we also do grocery stores, and then we just basically pick it up and redistribute it. So
yeah.
And then farmers will call us, say, especially in the when frost hits. So we got a lot of those calls, and then we'll call our volunteers. We couldn't do this without our lovely volunteers, and then we'll basically rescue it and then take it to those in need. So we got a lot of calls with frost or wind dam. You know how we get our windstorms.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So we'll go out and then pick it up and then redistribute it to different organizations in Central Kentucky, and then Jefferson, Oldham, Henry, and then we're in Trimble County too.
So these organizations are these soup kitchens or
soup kitchens, senior housing, food banks. So, and then we just basically work with over 28 recipient sites in Central, about 20, so over 100 in total, though. So it basically depends on who can take them. Because sometimes one farm, we work with root-bound farms, sometimes it's over 1,000 pounds they'll give us. And say it's 1,000 pounds of cabbage, not one place can take that.
Yeah.
So we'll go.
So a lot of cabbage.
Appreciate it, but
so you got to call around and be like, who can take it today? Because not one place can take 1,000 pounds of cabbage.
So are you guys are essentially the logistics of it all, right?
We're just logistics.
Yeah,
so we don't have any storage. So everything has to be basically moved within that hour. So we're basically, we'll pick it up within an hour or two. We're basically rehoming the food.
Rehoming it and taking it straight to the places?
Taking it straight to the places. Wow. Or if one place too has too much, they'll call us and then we'll move it between different foods. Basically different food places.
So Renee, we're friends with the Glean folks. We have our Clays for a Cause event coming up, and for the a handful of years now. We've been donating a chunk of the proceeds from that event. So Clays, for folks who don't know, is a clay shoot with a lot of the partners of the insurance company, Federation partners as well. It's a really neat event. I mean, it's super cool. It's kind of like if you know what a golf scramble is, it's that for a clay pigeon shoot. You like bring a team and you go shoot and you do good or you don't. And we have like silent auction stuff and there's different types of sponsors and all this stuff. And the money goes to food organizations like Glean. And then we actually do build a house for Habitat every year. So I get to actually do that. They actually let me build a house.
So they will let anyone build a house.
They'll let anyone build a house over to Habitat under supervision. They made sure we did it right. But no, the Glean thing's really cool. We've through different pieces of content, video stuff that we do, we've had all the different organizations. So we're happy you're here to talk about what you have. Yeah. So how does it, you're talking, the logistics is what's just crazy to me, like the speed of it all and how many people actually work on your own staff. And then you said volunteers are really filling all the rest of the gaps, I guess, to do the rest.
We could do it without our volunteers. In total, we'll have 4. We have 3 right now, but we're just hiring a new person for North Central. So it's a total of just 4 staff. That's why we couldn't do it without our volunteers, So the volunteers will pick up. You can go on our website, on Glean Kentucky, and you'll see what open gleaning spots we have. And then you can go pick up for the grocery stores. And then we have like a rapid response team where you can get on our list, and then we'll call you for the farming gleans, which is just absolutely amazing. So our coordinators will call you and be like, or text you, and then be like, can you help this today? Because we definitely can't do it ourselves. And then we'll call out, and you come out and help us harvest. And then we have different programs like Plant It Forward and Plant an Acre, where we work with different home gardeners and then farmers to do bigger, basically on-site growing for us.
Right.
So how does someone get involved in this? Like, how do they kind of learn the parameters with which this is going on? So I had a friend in college. She was a dietetics major and worked with a similar. Do y'all have an on-campus program, or does UK, they used to do something similar to this? And she would always say that time frame is so important from a food safety perspective.
Yes.
So I think people in the past used to be scared. Like, oh, well, I don't want to be the one that gets people sick because I didn't get something somewhere fast enough. So talk through maybe the reassurance and how someone can get involved and how important you guys from a coordinator perspective are to reassure them that that's not going to be a scare.
There's definitely, we follow all food safety. We have our food safety handler certificates. We all have that training. And then even like from grocery stores, everything is, food safety like they have it all within expiration date. Like we go in and pick it up right from the refrigerators. So everything's done that way. Even from the farmer safety perspective, it's all done with the whole food safety in mind. So everything is still fresh. That's our whole big thing, is we want to make sure we're donating the fresh, safe food. It's just extra. So we're really making sure everything doesn't go to waste. And if anything's in question, that will go to the compost. So we basically will sort through everything. So everything's done with that in mind. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how did it get started? How did y'all who thought of this? It seems so logical, like well, duh, this is a great idea. How did this get going? And tell us a little bit about the history of this.
So the founders, who are just absolutely amazing, I'm thankful I get to spend time with them. That was it, because I've been with the organization, it'll be 2 years in November. And how I found out about it was I was an extension agent in Jefferson County. And then one of the basically coordinators came because I worked with the community gardens, and she was trying to get us to donate from that. And then I was like, this organization is just amazing because there's so much extra food out there. Mm-hmm. It's just, it goes to waste. And I was like, if I ever get a chance to work with them, I want to work with them. And then I was able to get this job. And then I met the founders, and basically they saw that waste that was going to. Think about everything that gets basically thrown away or just the extra at the grocery stores, and they saw the need for it. And even in the fields, because they talked about the one harvest. Erica Horn was one of the founders, and John Walker. And then Erica, there's this big one windstorm that knocked out all this corn in the farmer's field, and they went and picked it up. And I don't even want to know how many basic pickup truckloads they had. And they talked about it, and it's just how many people they were able to feed with it. And it's just, they started it. Back then, we were called Faith Feeds of Kentucky, and then we had a slight name change. And then they just started, the 3 of them, and it was all volunteer run to only, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. And that's just basically how they did. And they ran, they were just coordinating the volunteers, picking it up. And they started 2 of John Walker was in a community garden. They saw these community gardens over in Lexington too. And they just thought, well, we have this extra food, we can donate it. And that's just basically how it started. It's just a group of people saw the need, saw the gap, and they filled it in. And then it just kept growing from there. So, and then this year, 2025, over 250,000 pounds of food was rescued and redistributed. I mean, you don't realize how just that little, bit of extra we pick it up is just amazing. And the peak season with the farmers and the grocery stores just in Lexington, it could be 20,000 pounds a month we redistribute. And then North Central, we were doing over 10,000 pounds. So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
In peak season, yeah. So.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, that's the logistics of it. I think farmers are in the business to run a business. Those grocery stores are in the business to run a business. But the last thing they want to do, is just throw stuff away. I mean, that's just the unfortunate part of food. It just goes bad. I mean, it's just what it is. And this is a great way to keep it at least doing something really positive. And I think farmers should be very interested in these kinds of things. And you hear a lot about farms having issues with workers sometimes, and they could get some stuff gleaned or orchards that they picked through the whole orchard of all the pretty ones that are going to go into the market, and maybe there's something there, right?
And in the fall, we do work with a lot of orchards too, and we come out and we do the gleaning. And then we absolutely cannot do it without our farmers and our stakeholders, and we're so thankful for everybody that donates. So it's absolutely amazing. We work too with Jefferson County Master Gardeners. They grow for us too, and it's amazing what we can get when we all come together as a community. That's what I always say. We can't do it, and especially like Clays for the Cause. We couldn't do it without Farm Bureau support. It's just, we're just so thankful because it's how we come together.
Mm-hmm. So for our non-city listeners, talk through, because community gardens, we're getting those in more rural communities, but like I grew up in a town that we didn't have a community garden. Everyone had their own garden, or you lived in town and the farmers markets were kind of coming about. And so explain for those that are maybe outside of these urban areas, what is a community garden and kind of what does that entail and what are the benefits of the area around it?
Oh, absolutely. So if you don't have a space to grow at your house, I mean, there's different ways. Everybody's community garden may run differently, but it's basically an area where you can like rent a plot or share a plot, and then you can grow your own, basically food for yourself. And it's an amazing chance for you to grow your own food. So you might not have that backyard space, or you might have, especially if you live in the country, you might have a lot more space. But then like the ones we rent out were say 10 by 10s, space, or 3 by 3 foot. But then at least you can grow your own food and then have that chance to actually get your hands dirty. That's what I always say, grow your own food and have that chance to basically have that experience. And that's what's really amazing is you can come together and really have that sense of community and really get that chance to grow your own food, which is this amazing opportunity.
So from the extension side, were you also helping teach people how to grow some of those? Because I can think of a few people, and not in a bad way, but if you've never had a chance to do that. I mean, I grew up with my parents having a garden, and then I grew my own garden, as everyone did in 2020. Everyone started a garden and canned something. And I called my dad and was like, my squash looks bad. And he was like, it's petered out. That's what happens. And I was like, it's just over? And he was like, you don't remember? And so I laugh and think, I grew up with it, and I still had a learning curve. I can't imagine people that maybe didn't grow up with a garden in their backyard their whole life and just jumping into a community garden. So talk through the education side for those that don't understand that.
And then that's what's great about it is you have each other to help you grow through it, and then you can share if you have excess. And that's like some of the ones there, they would actually do like a community garden shelf where if they had extra tomatoes or squash, they would give to each other, which is absolutely amazing. And then you have that shared experience we can learn from each other. And then extension could help teach too in that moment. But it's really creates that community where if you're a beginning gardener, you can learn from the older gardeners there that are, have that old, more experience, the ones that had the more time in there, which was like, it gives that sense of community where you had that chance to really learn from it.
Yeah, my brother did a garden. We always have tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
He's always like, you want some tomatoes? I'm like, you take these 12 tomatoes now, please, So
or it's always squash. I'll be
squash,
honest. It's always
squash.
You get the zucchini. Oh. Which we'll take. I always say, if anybody, that's where we have that Planet Forward is for home gardeners, where we say plant a row for us, and we can take the extra or share with your neighbor, and that's where we have like neighborhood ambassador programs. So if anybody's interested, you have those. We'll take the zucchini, we'll take those extra tomatoes, or we'll find places in your neighborhood where you can donate, and that's what we really want to share this year is if you have those extras and you're planting those gardens, consider planting a row for your neighbor, for your neighborhood food bank. Let's help you get connected in your communities so we can help your neighbors. That's what we really want to stress this year.
So we've talked a lot of the positives, and I don't want to seem at all like this is not making an impact. But I think an important part that I've seen people say is, wow, we have so many organizations helping fight hunger. Like, we must be really knocking this thing out. And we're making a difference. But talk through the need that's in Kentucky. Talk through why do we have so many organizations that I think we would all love to not need to do the Clays event for this problem. But that's quite frankly not the case. So talk about what is the need in Kentucky, what is the hunger issue we have, and why we're having to really combat this.
I have to say I'm speechless when you say that, because we are making a dent, but we aren't making a dent, if that makes sense. Like the need keeps going up. And I have to say, as our costs keep going up, like right now, even for our organization, I'm like, we made our budget and I'm like, we're gonna be, maybe we'll be okay and we'll get through it. And then gas soars. And if that makes an impact on us, it's also making an impact on everybody in your community. Food prices are going up. And just if gas goes up, it's going to make an impact on those that are struggling. Mm-hmm. So it makes a difference, and they're going to also then need more help. So Feeding Kentucky just released a new study, which I'd say go look at. But my one statistic is 1 in 6 Kentuckians face food insecurity, and I think that's going to change. And then it's just so many out there. It's a struggle for everybody. As food costs go up, though, and gas, it's just going to. The need's just going to go up greater right now, and everything. And then when we had that SNAP, cuts were going on for that little bit, I saw it just when we were dropping food off at the food banks. There was lines before we even got there. So it's just, I just feel like every time we try, we're just not enough going out there. It's just like, I feel like we're not keeping up. That's how I feel every day when we try to go there and drop off food. It breaks my heart. I'll be honest. It's just like, I feel like I wish we could do more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so talk about, how did you get connected into this Clays thing, and what was that? How did the organization get connected into this and be a part of it?
I think you just stumped my one question there, because I'm new. I'm like, I actually don't know that origin story. That was like, because it was before. I'm gonna say I'm so thankful, and I wish I knew that. I just feel like you've been supporting us a long time, and I'm just so thankful for it.
Well, when it was the original thing with was the hunger initiative.
I think that's where it started.
Corals, and just connecting with us, and there's actually a Clays event like this in Tennessee, Tennessee Farm Bureau. So it's something our CEO really wanted to have.
I think that's what I remember getting told.
And, so I think that you're just one of the chosen few that got to be a part of it. And so we got Glean, and then Feeding Kentucky,
which another amazing organization.
Yeah, lots of great organization, and it made a lot of sense. I think the insurance company wanting to do a big event to raise money for something. Well, what was that something? What do you do? You're also an organization that creates food. Like you're supporting the people that make food, which are farmers, and so it made a lot of sense that let's tackle that issue. And and that's where the home came from with Habitat. It's like we're also insure homes, and why not do that? So I think it's a perfect fit for that kind of thing. It's certainly something that I can't imagine anybody's not for. It's and also those potential connections with our farmers. We have farmers markets everywhere. We have all these different ways that maybe can help your organization out. And I know, again, farmers will be all about that. That is a part. I mean, they are running a business, but how often I like that I feed the world. The things they really believe that. And all the times I've been in farms, all these folks that we interact with, that's, sure, yeah, it's a business. They're trying to make money. They got to feed their kids. They got to do their thing. But I think they really believe that. And that's like these kinds of organizations, if that food can go somewhere that's just not maybe getting sold or something, they'll at least feel like something really positive come from it.
They're always our biggest supporters, and I'm always so thankful. They always come through. They're always calling us, and I'm just always thankful for all the ones that we've worked with. They're just amazing every day. We're just so thankful.
Yeah.
So if I am a farmer in the areas you talked about that you guys are kind of covering, or at least even if you're close, because I'm sure you would hate to turn one away if they're just edge of a county away. How do they get in contact with you guys? How do they start networking with you to figure out, as we get into the growing season? I mean, they're wide open right now. How do we start talking through some of this extra and getting it to you guys?
So they can look at our website, you can or they can send us an email, they reach out, and I'll be honest, we've gone as far as Berea. We go outside our network. Like people call, if it's enough, we usually are like, we'll make the drive. And we have volunteers in those separate, surrounding counties. We've gone when they call us and like we have this big, harvest. We'll usually go out and help, and we'll bring the volunteers. We don't like to say no. That's one thing about us. We usually try to find the way because people need the food, or we'll find an organization. Sometimes there's other ones closer sometimes, but will make the call and figure it out. Or, my email's easier. It's jennifer@gleanky.org, to send me an email, and then we just figure it out. We'll just figure out a way to make it work. And we always want to support farmers because they're just amazing. Like that's why I was an art professor for 20 years. And then I went back and got my sustainable agriculture degree because I fell in love with, the farming. I always had that in my background. I was love of it from my grandfather. Always talked about it because that was in his love of his garden. And I was like, this is what I want to do with the rest of my life, is find ways to help the community. So I had a late in life career change. And it's just, once you see what they do every day, and they just love the land too, they love their communities, and it's just, the two make sense together.
Yeah,
so.
You bet.
Okay, so for our non-farmers, but if there's one thing Farm Bureau or rural Kentucky, it is, and urban, it is volunteerism.
Yes.
Kentuckians helping Kentuckians. I always laugh. I moved back from Mississippi after a stint down there selling seed, and there's a giant piece. I hope it's still there in Frankfort. I've never met a Kentuckian that wasn't always thinking about going home, and I think there is something like people will come here and they're like, my gosh, you guys are just so neighbor oriented.
Yes.
And so in that light, when it comes to volunteering, maybe there's a guy or gal listening that's like, oh, I got an SUV, like I could haul. I heard Berea. I live close to Berea. How do you become a volunteer? How's that networking part work?
We have a whole webpage dedicated to that.
We take you.
We'll take you. We're also looking, if you say gleaning isn't for you, we have other, opportunities for you within the organization. We're always looking to branch out. We'll take any skills you have. You want to donate your time, we would love to have you. We're not going to turn anybody away. And then we also, Merlin Lee's another one of our coworkers. He's amazing, and he'll walk you through it too. But you can just find it on the webpage, send us an email, you can call us, and we'll just find a way to help you with our organization. We'd love to have you volunteer, especially we work different counties. We have North Central, we have Central, and then we'll find a place. And we also want to branch out more into farmers market. So if you are, say, working at a farmers market and you want to get us to glean your farmers market this season, we would love to do that. That's where we really want to start working at more too, is gleaning extras from farmers market. So
yeah.
I'll just put that seed out there for anybody that has that idea that it might be managing a farmer's market. So
yeah, I think a couple of I think we had a team that was going to, then the glean kind of fell apart. We were going to have a big group go out and glean a farm this past growing season, and I think we got one. I think that's in the works. Maybe we'll see here at Farm Bureau. But I know our communication team was a part of that group that's going to go out, and I think part of our claims department was going to send a big group out to do some stuff. So. But that's the other thing. I mean, like the volunteer thing's for real. You all need folks, and you need flexible folks. I think is a big thing too.
That's the hard part.
Because stuff comes out of nowhere, and you're like, we need 20 people right now. You know.
And then our orchard season will be. It's always dependent on weather. That was hard. Our orchard season was really rough last season because it came early, and then it ended. Kind of ended early too because of the drought. I have to say but that'll be again in the fall. If anyone's interested in orchard season, again, you can email us and we'll get you on the list.
Excellent, yeah.
And I do want to mention again, you said it once, but I think it's very, very important, the opportunity of networking with other organizations. And so I think in the world of ag, we always laugh and say, ag is a small world. Everybody knows everybody. Every industry in Kentucky finds a way to do that. And so I got to work with Feeding Kentucky quite a bit in a previous role at another organization I was at. And it was wild to me, like on Kentucky Hunger Day, all of these organizations, and it was like a family reunion of all of these groups that they're not, this is not a competition. We're all fighting the same goal. And everyone is so happy. Oh, I've got a volunteer that's moved to your area and they were phenomenal. Here is their phone number. Let me connect you. Or this farmer has expanded and has a son that's now farming in this area. Here's how maybe you can work out. So I do want to make it very, very clear. If you are in an area and you're like, that's none of the areas she said. And if you're interested in fighting hunger, there is food insecure families, children, adults, elderly in all parts of the state, sadly, and it's a need. So I just want to reiterate that networking opportunity because you guys are so good at connecting with local food banks or local organizations.
Exactly. We'll find a place for you anywhere. We can connect you with other organizations as well, and we have definitely those networks out there. So.
So I just have cash. You can donate. Is there different other ways people can get involved in that way?
Definitely too. Donations. We have that up on our website. There's different ways. Right now too, I don't know when this is going to air. Like we said, we have our birthday party coming up. We're also doing silent and we'll have a silent auction. We'll do that multiple times. We're trying to find other ways for us to raise money at this point too. So
yeah.
Is there a Facebook?
We have Facebook. We're
put
on
that in the show notes. We'll get that done.
Yeah, we have Facebook. We're doing that now. So eventually, I know that we're talking about maybe getting on TikTok more. We have an account. We haven't been on there that much. We're getting ready to do the videos.
Me neither. We got it. No. So
we're on Instagram too. I have to mention that too.
So we'll put all that out there. So folks want to get interested in that. Understand Farm Bureau is a part of it, and a lot of our listeners are Farm Bureau people, and and we'll all be out at Clays trying to raise some money, have a good time. It's one of the neat events that we have now every year. Have you been?
I was there last year, and it was absolutely amazing.
Cool? It's really fun.
And just so I was.
Did you shoot though? Did you?
No. You would want me practicing.
I don't either. Here's another thing, just a side note for anyone that is an outdoorsman that's like, oh, I have watched someone hit a button and the clay pigeon goes across and I shot it with a shotgun. This is sporting clays, so it's going to be like a sport. Some are going to go on the ground, some are going to go this way, some are going to go that way, and you got to go bing, bang, boom. It is a lot harder than you think, and then you see a group. I work the stations, I don't shoot, and you see a group do really good. And then the UK rifle team shows up and they blow everybody out of the water. Like, you got a lot of good old boys that are just having a big time. The rifle team's in their uniform and they're like, oh yeah, this is our practice for today. Bing, bang, boom. And I'm like, okay. But all jokes aside, it is a super fun event. And I do like the fact that you all come and we do I believe we do a whole presentation and that kind of thing, of course. But I like the idea that we get to network with you all. So those that come, that may be there just to shoot some guns and have a good time with their buddies from the county, they also get a chance to bid on the auction items and then network with the organizations that we do work with. And I think that's a good opportunity having you guys there and remembering why we're having the good time, which is really cool that you guys get to be present.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. And we are so appreciative of all the support because we really couldn't do it without you all. So,
well, we appreciate your work. We want you to keep up the good work, and we'll keep being involved, and hopefully we raise a lot of money again this year. And hopefully maybe a gang of people can get out there and do some gleaning and
we would love that because I have to say I think we just passed our 3 million pounds for after 16 years. So if you go out and help us glean, you can help us make some bigger numbers too.
Yeah, we got to make the next mark. I love it.
I know. So
we're pretty competitive in this podcast. So come on, get after us. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
Usually, like when we volunteer for the habitat thing, they have too many members. Too many of our employees want to do it. So I think you'd probably find plenty of volunteers in this building for sure. So, yeah. So,
well, good. Well, thank you again. And thank you to Glean Kentucky for what you all do. And thank you, listeners. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast and listen to some of the older episodes. And we will see you next time on Let's Get Rural.